Good morning, students. Welcome all of you to a new session of our chemistry class. In the last classes, we studied about pure substances, mixtures and solutions. I hope all of you understood the portion. Today, we are going to study two new topics. They are suspension and colloidal solution. First, we can discuss what is a suspension. Suspensions are mixtures of small insoluble particles in a liquid or gas. Suspensions are heterogeneous mixture with particles that settle out. Water particles are not strong enough to keep other particles from settling down. The best example is mud water. So from the definition, it is clear that in a suspension, solute particles will be suspended under the solution. We can discuss this with the help of an example. Consider the example of sand water. When sand is mixed in water, it is observed that the mixture still has undissolved solid particles settled at the bottom, with some particles still floating. Here, the solute is sand. The solute sand doesn't dissolve if you leave the mixture for a little time. The sand particles will settle at the bottom. Such examples in which the solute particles settles under the liquid solution are called suspension. Students, can you say under which category suspensions are coming? Homogeneous solution or heterogeneous solution? You can definitely say that it is coming under heterogeneous solution because the particles are not equally distributed in the solution. So, a suspension is a heterogeneous solution. The properties of suspensions are: a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles of a suspension can be seen by the naked eyes. It separates into layers over time. The particles of a suspension scatter a beam of light passing through it and makes its path visible. The solute particles settle down when suspension is left undisturbed, so that suspension is said to be unstable. They can be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. That is, filters can separate particles that make up a suspension. So students, you understood what is a suspension and properties of suspension. Next, we can discuss what is a colloidal solution. Colloids are mixtures where the particles are evenly dispersed but are not heavy enough to settle out. It cannot scatter light and it cannot be filtered. Some common examples are milk, rice water, whipping cream, pudding, etc. It is a mixture in which very small particles of one substance are distributed evenly throughout another substance. So students, you understood that in a colloidal solution, particles are uniformly distributed in it. So sometimes you will feel that it is a homogeneous solution. No, it is actually a heterogeneous solution in which particles are distributed in it. Due to this property, it is said that colloidal solutions can scatter a beam of light through it. This property is called Tyndall effect. So we can see what is the definition and different examples of Tyndall effect. Scattering of beam of light through colloidal solution is defined as Tyndall effect. Colloids scatter light, making the path of light visible. Here in this figure you can see a colloid and solution. When you observe the figure, you can see that the path of the light passes only through colloidal solution. So what is the reason for this? It is clear that the particles of a colloid are uniformly spread through the solution. But actually, a colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture. Here, consider the example of water and milk. It is a colloid. Because of the small size of the colloidal particles, we cannot see them with our naked eyes. But these particles are able to scatter a beam of light through it. This scattering of light is due to the presence of equal distribution of particles in the colloidal solution. Tyndall effect can be observed when a fine beam of light enters a room through a small hole. This happens due to the scattering of light by the particles of dust and smoke in the air. Tyndall effect can be observed when sunlight passes through the canopy of a dense forest. Canopy means it is a gap seen between a group of trees in which sunlight passes through it. In the forest, mist contains tiny droplets of water which act as particles of colloid dispersed in air. Due to these tiny droplets of water, light gets scattered through it. Like suspension, colloids also are having definite properties. The properties are as follows. A colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. The size of the particles of a colloid is too small to be individually seen by naked eyes. Colloids are big enough to scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. They do not settle down when left undisturbed, that is, a colloid is said to be stable. They cannot be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration, but a special technique of separation known as centrifugation can be used to separate the colloidal particles. Students, when we discussed about solutions, we studied that solutions are made up of two components. Which are they? They are solute and solvent. Similarly, in colloidal solutions also, two types of components are there. They are dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The two main components of a colloidal solution are dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The solute-like component or the dispersed particle in a colloid form the dispersed phase, and the component in which the dispersed phase is suspended is known as the dispersing medium. The phase that is scattered or present in the form of colloidal particles is called the dispersed phase, that is equal to the solute. The medium in which the colloidal particles are dispersed is called the dispersion medium, that is equal to the solvent in a solution. For example, in a starch solution, starch represents the dispersed phase while water represents the dispersion medium. Depending on the states of matter of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, colloidal solutions are also divided into many types. We can see which are the types of colloidal solution with the help of some examples. Types of colloids can be categorized depending on the dispersed phase and dispersed media. For example, if the dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is liquid, the name here given is foam. The examples are beaten egg white, shaving cream, whipped cream, ice cream, etc. Second example is if dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is solid, it is called solid foam. Example is rubber foam. Third one is dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is gas. It is an example for liquid aerosol. Examples are clouds, fog, mist, etc. The fourth type is dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is liquid. Name is emulsion. Example milk, blood, etc. Last type is dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. The name given for that is gel. Example is cheese, butter, margarine, etc. So students, we can just recall what are the important points we studied in this chapter.